When I was younger, my dad told me of this beautiful game called rugby that he had played in college, which had about 7 or 15 guys per side on the field at one time. And this was a sport where I could touch the ball even if I wasn't in a skilled position like a wide receiver or a quarterback in football. Obviously, one of the first things he taught me about this beautiful game was how to throw, and that's what I will be teaching you guys today. With this speech, I hope to grow your knowledge on the game of rugby and help you guys understand what goes into the art of passing and how people are able to get it so far away and have their pass be perfect. Why should you guys listen to me? Well, I've played rugby for about 10 plus years, not playing anymore, but I've also worked with coaches from New Zealand, Australia, and England, which are all massive hotspots for rugby. Some of you may be asking, why should I care about throwing a rugby ball or care about rugby at all? I would say you should care because it's a fun and interesting sport, and it's also pretty well known worldwide. And I would say you should also care because the Ball State men's rugby team is coming back this fall. They have 4 matches, and then the women's team is also well established on our campus too. Today, we will first learn how to hold the ball. Second, we will learn about the spin pass, and then finally, I will show you guys how to do a pop pass, which is more for holding on the ball is one of the most important things to keep in mind in every sport that requires you to do so. The first thing that you need to know about holding the ball and throwing it is that your hands will always be holding the ball to where the end points are facing up and down. This is where you have the most control over the ball, whether you want to pass it, whether you want to kick it, or whether you just want to take it in and run. Another thing you need to learn about throwing is that you'll be using 2 hands, but they're used a little bit differently in each direction. So if you want to throw the ball to the left, your left hand is going to be under and your right hand is going to be on top. Your right hand will be used for power while your left hand is used for direction. Now it's time to start learning how to pass and the different ways to pass, which could help you guys on the pitch if you ever decide to play. For the spin pass, you are going to start off with the ball in the position I just showed you. And if we want to throw to the left, obviously your right hand would be on top, left hand would be on the bottom. When you're about to throw, make sure your shoulder width apart. But if I'm going to throw to the left, my left foot is stepping that way towards my target. My shoulders are facing the target, and I'm bringing the ball from here to my hip, so then as soon as it gets to my hip and I have my target, I can fire. And then with the spin pass, what you're wanting to do is you're trying to flick your hand and your wrist so that it'll go. We have learned the basic spin pass. It's now time to learn the pop pass, which is used when players are running plays that involve looping or coming behind you. Or it's just for, like short pass situations where maybe the spin ball would be less effective. So what you're going to start off with, the pop pass, is usually your hands are here. Instead, they're going to be at the top of the ball, like so. This allows for me to pop the ball up with my fingers. So I'm just kind of snapping my fingers together like that. And that forces the ball up. And it's just kind of an easier pass if you're running and like you're in a short distance. It's also a lot easier if you want to do like little plays and stuff when you're very close together. So with all of these throwing techniques, any one of you in this room could step onto a rugby pitch and know how to throw a ball at least. With this speech, we went over how to properly throw a ball, or hold the ball properly, the spin pass, and we also learned how to utilize the pop pass in different situations. Holding the ball properly and the 2 ways to pass a rugby ball are very vital to the game, and even the pros still come back and work on their stuff every day. Just like when Tom Brady was in the league, he would throw balls every day to his wide receivers, or Steph Curry working on his, jump shot every single day, just making himself better. Through, my dad teaching me this game, I got to learn a lot of pieces of knowledge that translate back into the real world, as well as, I got to share a sport that kind of him and I very much bonded over and brought us closer together. Thank you.